to see more patients in order to make the same income that they were making in years prior. Here's another article from CNN Money from January of last year. Doctors living on loans just so they can pay their payroll, just so they can have a staff, because you can't run an office. Or I should say most doctors can't run their office without the help of staff. And if you don't have a staff to answer the phone and greet people when they're there, then you may or may not have a business. So how can you overcome these financial pressures? Well, there are many, many options, and I'm guessing that if you're here tonight, you probably looked into some of these already. You can definitely see more patients. In fact, you probably already are seeing more patients. You can work additional hours. Your 10 to 6 p.m. hours of operation to see patients, you've probably expanded into the evenings so that you can meet the demands of the demographics of which you serve, because we're all working 2, sometimes 3 or 4 jobs. And we all have kids that we're taking to their practices and their rehearsals. And we have our day jobs. So the only time that we can see our health professional is in the evening. And you may have even looked into opening additional practice locations. You may already have opened those additional practice locations. And all of those options require additional time, additional overhead. So the conversation that we're having tonight is, will you consider offering additional services in your existing practice? Well, if your patients are already asking you some very simple yet common questions, like, doctor, what do you recommend to help me lose weight? Doctor, what multivitamin do you recommend? Or, doctor, I read this article on calcium. I read this article online about omega-3 fish oils. What do you recommend? Or what healthy alternatives do I have to, say, a pharmaceutical? What is your answer to that? If you're sending them outside of your practice, you may want to reconsider that. Patients are already spending money on wellness products and services, but they're spending it outside of your practice. In fact, the CDC reported in 2011, $22.1 billion are spent annually on health and wellness products. But the question becomes, is who is providing your patients with these products? And what are they buying? What are the ingredients? We've run surveys across the country, and I cannot tell you the staggering amount of the high percentage, anywhere from 75 up to 90% of patients in every practice that we survey would prefer to get this advice and these services from the person who actually has their medical records and knows their medical history, instead of the person across the counter who doesn't know anything about them. And this happens every day at places like drugstores, GNCs. The average consumer doesn't have the education in science-based nutritional supplements. They don't know that the popular brands that are advertised to them, that more money is being spent on those advertisements than in the quality of the ingredients that are going into their health-related products. Many of these brands, many of these companies that we associate with wellness products have artificial chemical dyes. They have artificial flavoring agents, preservatives, because they have to sit on a shelf for a long, long time. They have disintegrating agents in them so that when they enter your body, those preservatives, sometimes that shellac, can break down. And of course, if they're a pill, a capsule, or tablet, they're going to have some kind of filler to keep it together. And if it's a low-grade or low-cost product, most likely those fillers are things like talc or starch or hydrogenated oils, and certainly chemical coatings. I want to share with you 2 labels of some very popular supplements that most of your patients are probably buying. The first one is a brand that we all know as the leading brand in multivitamin. This particular label is from Centrum, and it's for a women's product geared towards women under 50. And everything that you see that's highlighted in yellow here are ingredients that probably should not be in a health-related product. Dyes, hydrogenated oil, talc, titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide is used to shield the space shuttle so that the space shuttle does not burn upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. Is that something we should be putting in our body? How can our body break that down if we do put it in our body? And it gets even worse. Here's a popular brand of children's vitamins right? I grew up on these. 1 million strong and growing, right? Well, so you can see the marketing on this is very good. It has vitamin D because that's a big thing in the news lately. It's also a big thing in science. And we see, our favorite kids' cartoons. And here we have the same ingredients that should not necessarily be in a health product: hydrogenated oil, dyes, fillers, and then we have something called aspartame. This is so your kids will find it sweet and appetizing. And many of us know that aspartame is one of the worst things that we could possibly put in our bodies. So why would we feed that to our kids? And why would we put that in a health-related product? So with NutriMetrix, we're here to provide you solutions, and we're here at the right place at the right time. In fact, we've been at the right place waiting for the right time for quite a few years. We are helping health professionals generate additional revenue for their practices while providing wellness-based products and services that your patients are already asking for that are based in science. Now, the mission of NutriMetrix is to provide a system for health professionals to create an ongoing income while providing patients and clients with a better way to achieve optimal health. And through revolutionary technology, science-based nutritional interventions, and the power of people, NutriMetrix is changing the face of healthcare, one health professional and one patient at a time. I want to share with you this chart. This is a chart of the annual sales of NutriMetrix, starting from when we were founded as a division of a 21-year-old company in 2004. And these are up to our projected income potential for 2013. Now you'll see there's growth in every single year. The only reason that we have growth from a sales point of view is because our products work. And because our products work, patients reorder. And when patients are put on a health maintenance regimen, or they're using some products that are specifically within the realm of their health professional to work with a specific ailment, they're seeing those results. I also want to share with you that of all the health and wellness companies that are out there, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, there are only 2 companies whose sales that are higher than ours. And those other 2 companies have been around for decades, and we have not yet been around for a decade. We have a huge commitment to quality, and that's something that, as a health professional, you need to know. And you definitely want to find out more information about this than what we're going to share with you tonight. I'm going to give you a higher level overview. But our products lead the industry thanks to these cutting-edge ingredients, sound science, and exceptional quality control. We're a product brokerage company. Now, why is that important to you? It's important to you, the health professional, because we, NutriMetrix, we do not manufacture any of our products. So everything that comes to us is made by a third party, which means that there's third-party inspection. It also means that we source out the best manufacturers of not just each product line, but sometimes each individual product within a product line. We have the highest commitment to quality of any health and wellness company that I have ever looked into. And as a product brokerage company, because we don't manufacture, what it allows us to do, in addition to providing that higher quality of products and services, is along with science-based products, we provide market-driven products from those manufacturers. And we provide comprehensive and synergistic formulations so that all of our products are designed to work together. And these are formulated by experts in the industries. We have a huge commitment to quality. Every product is manufactured with strict quality control guidelines with continuous monitoring. Specifications are set for raw materials and finished products. We have certificates of analysis for all of our raw materials. We use standard operating procedures that, with GMP compliance, good manufacturing procedures. And our products, like I mentioned, are inspected at our warehouse for damage, for label accuracy, for appearance, taste, and odor prior to their release. And for our isotonics, they're assayed by independent labs for isotonic capability and any kind of contamination. Now, if a product gets shipped to us from that manufacturer and it does not meet all of these guidelines, or if for some reason it is not quite made to our specifications, We do not buy it from the manufacturer. Another thing that you should know is that we only use the brand name ingredient or nutrient that the clinical studies have been done on, whereas many other companies out there will use those studies as a reference point, but yet not use the brand name, the actual product that the studies were done on. So what makes NutraMetrix different from a competitive standpoint? We've talked about quality control and quality assurance, and we have a lot of themes with our products and services. And I'm going to take you through some of them tonight. One of our biggest differentiators, and certainly our flagship line in NutraMetrix, is isotonic capable nutrition. Now, why is this important to you and why is this important to your patients? Well, isotonic capable nutrition, as health professionals on the line already know, if something is isotonic, it's the same pressure as your internal bodily fluids, your blood, your sweat, your plasma. When you go to a hospital and you're hooked up to an IV, that's isotonic nutrition that's going directly into your bloodstream. So the next best solution to IV therapy would be an isotonic solution that would be oral. Now these come in a powder form, so there's no binders or fillers. You mix a specific amount of that powder with a specific amount of water. It's designed to drink on a completely empty stomach, and it bypasses your digestive tract, your stomach, your pyloric valve, and it goes directly into your intestines where the absorption of nutrients actually takes place within about 5 to 10 minutes when it's taken as directed. And this entire product line is about 90 to 95% available to the body, as opposed to most pills, capsules, and tablets, which can be anywhere from 0 to maybe up to 40% available to the body. So what does that mean? We're able to provide superior delivery systems. We have exceptional quality control measures like I spoke about. And all of our isotonic products are synergistic formulations. With 1 or 2 exceptions in our entire NutraMetrix product line, we don't do individual nutrients. We do synergistic formulas so that those nutrients work together and they're utilized in the body in the correct way. For an example, we have an isotonic calcium. Most of you know that calcium cannot be utilized without some other nutrients like D3, boron, magnesium. So if a patient of yours is buying a calcium product out from a shelf, and it has the amount of calcium that you told them they need, if it doesn't have those other ingredients in it, and the body can't access those other ingredients, then the patients are basically wasting money on that product. So you want to have a delivery system that works. If it's isotonic, that's going to be the best delivery system. And then you need to make sure that the ingredients are formulated to work together to help get those nutrients to the body. So the value to the patients is these products are easy to take, they taste good, and they'll actually feel the results. Now, we can even take these isotonic products one step further, and we can customize formulations that match the vision and identity of your practice. We can even take it one step further, and we can create custom formulas for each individual patient or client. We can even have them drop shipped to that patient or client's home. So we don't have to have tons of inventory on hand to customize solutions for our patients. We also have another service which is amazing, if you ask me. It's our GeneSNP analysis. Now, this is a system analysis of your genes. We work with, I believe, 31 different genes and 43 variations of those genes to provide an analyzed and detailed report to you and your patient on their genetics and what nutrients they may be deficient in, what exercises or types of exercises are correct for their genetic coding, and how you can use nutrition to steer off something that you think or your patient thinks may be genetically inclined to their future. So if we can take control of our genes, if we know about them, and we can utilize nutrition to alter a path that we may go down without that help, we can significantly help our patients reach their goals. One of the other services that we bring to you is our TLS weight loss solution. Now, I need to let you know this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle education course. And it's based on the science, decades of science, of low glycemic impact eating, eating to maintain your blood sugar levels, eating to maintain that your body is always in a fat-burning zone. It's a science-based weight management program that's customized to each individual client. But for you, the doctor, for you, the health professional, it's a turnkey solution for you that we customize for each individual patient or client. And the value to the doctor is we can address the immediate needs of your patient. We can get to the bottom line, which is what are we putting into our body? What is your patient putting into your body? And we're providing solutions for obesity-related health challenges. For the patient, we're providing an education. We're providing a shift, a paradigm shift for them so that they'll never have to go back onto that yo-yo diet that the yo-yo diets that they have been doing their entire life. And of course, I am a NutriMetrics consultant, so one of my favorite tools to share with you is the support of your consultant. Your consultant is here to customize solutions for you to evaluate. Your consultant is here to help implement the solutions that you choose into your office so you can provide them to your patients, as well as training your staff on how to create a very seamless integration and a very seamless system that's going to match your wellness vision for your practice. So, doctors and other health professionals tonight on the call, if you get nothing from tonight's webinar, I want to leave you with some of these questions. If you're evaluating NutriMetrics Custom Health Solutions and you still don't know if what we're providing to you is the right fit, first of all, I want to encourage you to make an appointment with the consultant who invited you here tonight so they can share with you some solutions that are specific to your needs and your patient's needs. But I want you to, tomorrow, when you see your patients, incorporate some of these questions after you're done with your primary course of treatment. Why don't you ask your patients, are you happy with your current health? And if they say yes or no, why don't you ask them again, in addition, if you keep doing what you're doing, will your health improve? You may want to ask them if you could support just one area of your health, or if you could improve just one thing about your health, what would it be? And just take note of what those answers are. And if you have a solution for them, and sometimes that solution might be a referral. Sometimes that solution could be education-based service. Sometimes that solution might be a wellness-based product. And then the question becomes, where are those patients going to get those services? Where are your patients going to get those products? One of the other tools that we also provide you is your own privately addressed NutriMetrics.com web portal. Now, this is open for your patients 24/7. This is an information and resource portal. It comes to you e-commerce ready, so patients can reorder their supplies at any time, day or night. Again, eliminating the burden of having to have a large inventory in your practice. Now your patients have the ability to order or reorder their supplies online and or get those supplies directly from your practice. We can even make things one step easier for your patients, and we can automate this for them, and we can put their maintenance wellness regimen onto an auto ship program that can ship every 30, 60, or 90 days. And of course, we have marketing materials to help make the conversation in your office, in your facility, in your clinic, flow smoothly and seamlessly. So how does this work? So it's very simple, actually. A NutriMetrics consultant will work with you in 10 to 15 minutes and assess the needs of your practice, and then make a follow-up appointment with you to submit a customized solution based on your needs, based on what your patients are already asking you about. You, the health professional, will evaluate that solution. You'll work with your consultant to make any necessary adjustments, and then you'll open your account, and your consultant will support the implementation, will support the training, and will support the ongoing success of your practice to meet your vision and your goals. So I want to share with you a sample retail model right now of the potential income that can be generated for you, the health professional. Now, in this scenario, we're gonna use a practice that has 5,000 unique charts. That's a medium-sized practice. And let's say we run a survey for a week or two, and with your patients, an intake survey, and 65% of those patients say they want wellness alternatives. Now, like I mentioned before, we've run surveys all across the country. That number is actually higher. It's usually between 75 and 90% of patients want wellness alternatives. Now, to make a Nutrametrics account work in your practice, we only need to target anywhere from 5 to maybe 20%, depending on the size of your practice, of your entire patient base. So for here, we're going to target 10% of your patient base. So that goal is to have approximately 500 patients on a wellness protocol and reordering every month. Now, that may seem like a large number to you, so we're going to break it down. That's adding anywhere from 2 to 3 patients per day onto a wellness protocol that they've already identified that they're interested in learning information about. Okay? So this is a sample practice formula. This would be a customized formula that has a multivitamin, an Acplex, and our Calcium Complete. This is an isotonic custom formula. Its suggested retail price is $63 for a 30-day supply. And if you look over at the column that has the 500, that's 500 patients reordering. So that's going to bring in retail profit alone about $6,400 every single month when we have 500 patients on this wellness protocol. Now, we understand not every patient is going to reorder, but what we do know is that patients will order additional products, and that makes up for any non-reorders that happens through the course of any practice. Now, a second example, if we create a more specialized formula that, let's say, has a multivitamin, the B complex, the calcium, and say has vitamin D3 with K2, and has a powerful antioxidant called oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPC3 for short. And we look at those same 500 patients who have expressed an interest on being on a wellness protocol. We can bring in, with this formula, $14,000 in retail profit every single month. Now, we do have an additional income stream that you also get to participate in, and that's based on volume. So what we've discussed previously was retail profit. Every time a product gets moved, you make a retail profit. And if we use the same charts from before, here's that first formula. Remember, there's 500 patients, and that's going to bring in about $6,400 every month in additional revenue that you currently do not have in your practice. It's going to generate a certain amount of business volume, or points. We call it BEV for short. It's going to generate about 14,000 points every month. And that translates into an additional $26,000 annually. So $6,400 times 12, because that's towards 12 months, add the $26,000 from the commissions, and that's going to generate just over $100,000 to your practice. If we take the second formula, the more complex formula, and we look at the same 500 patients, that will bring in $14,000 in retail profit that you currently do not have in your practice. In addition to that, with our commission-based, our ancillary stream based on volume, that can bring in an additional $58,000 annually to bring into your practice about $230,000. So what are your next steps? Your next step is to consult with your consultant, your Nutrametrics consultant, and determine the best ways to customize these solutions to meet the needs of your patients and your practice. You'll customize products and services, the selections that are chosen by your consultant, to meet the unique needs of your practice. And then you open up your account. So to set up your account, it's going to be $159.95. That is the introductory account. You get your personally branded web portal. That's the information and resource center for your patients to order and reorder supplies, as well as get detailed information on ingredients. And that's huge. We don't just provide a list of ingredients and an amount of ingredients. We actually give education on the ingredients and why it was chosen for that product or that formulation. In addition to that, any support materials that you need, and your account will renew annually for $129. The only fee for our introductory account is a $20 we call UFMS. It's a back office. And this keeps track of all of your online patient orders. It keeps track of the commissions that you're going to get paid on. And it keeps your web portal open. It keeps that information and resource portal open 24/7. It also, if you are a health professional that does not currently have a website, we've just given you your access to the internet. Congratulations. Okay, so the next steps after that, after you've opened your account, is your consultant and you will schedule a staff orientation and a training schedule to help them understand your wellness vision and learn how to efficiently support your success. Your consultant will train key staff members in the practice to support these revenue-generating solutions, and we will measure the ongoing progress and success and make any adjustments to ensure the success of your patients and the practice as a whole. So we are committed to your success, excuse me. We have ongoing educational support for you. For the health professionals, we have a Nutrimetrics Educational Institute. It's a nonprofit separate entity from nutrimetrics.com. And once, sometimes twice a year, we provide AMA-accredited CME and CEU credits where you can learn clinical usage of nutrients in practice. We also have Nutrimetrics product implementation trainings. These happen about twice a year. The next one will be in Long Island, New York, in September. And this is where you can go to learn specifically how to use Nutrimetrics products and Nutrimetrics services in your practice. And at the same time, in a separate room, you can bring your key staff members and they can learn directly from us how to support your vision within the practice. And you, the doctor, you, the health professional, can also learn how we as consultants, how we as your key points of contact within the office, how we are here to support you every step of the way. So I want to thank you for being on the webinar tonight. I know your time is valuable. Your next steps are simply to get your questions answered. You definitely want to try a product. You've most likely met with your consultant already to talk about the needs of your patients. When you meet with them again to customize that solution, or if you're already in the implementation phase, you talk to your consultant about something that you may be interested in. Start replacing whatever nutritional supplements that you're currently on with the ones that you're providing in your practice so that you have a first-hand relationship with these products and services when you're talking to your patients. All right, so, and all you have to do is simply evaluate this. Evaluate to see if Nutrimetrics is a fit for you. So I want to thank you for your time tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in the future, and have a great night, everyone.